Number 1. The killer in your garden. You're admiring your beautiful flower garden. Maybe it's a quiet Sunday morning. You've got a couple of beautiful lily plants, some hydrangeas, a few cheerful daffodils. Everything looks perfectly normal, perfectly safe. But what if I told you that you've created a tiny, beautiful death trap? We're so used to thinking of plants as these gentle, peaceful things. But your garden is basically a chemical warfare lab disguised as a botanical sanctuary. Take lilies, for example. To you, they're just pretty flowers. To a cat, a tiny bite of a leaf, or even just drinking the water from the vase they're in, can cause rapid, irreversible kidney failure. It's a forgotten danger in plain sight, a silent threat that our modern domesticated world has simply ignored. Our ancestors knew what was up, living closer to the land. They knew that beauty and poison often went hand in hand, and that a plant's vibrant colors and enticing scents were often a warning sign, not an invitation. We, on the other hand, just plant them in our front yards without a second thought. So, the next time you see a beautiful flower, remember, it might not be trying to kill you, but it's definitely not your friend. Number 5. The toxic spud. You're at the grocery store, buying potatoes. Perfectly normal, right? A humble, dependable, and boringly safe vegetable. But what you're really looking at is a botanical time bomb with a dark family secret. Potatoes are members of the nightshade family, the same terrifying clan that includes deadly nightshade and tobacco. And if you've ever seen a potato with a greenish tint or little sprouts growing from it, you're looking at its hidden defense mechanism in action. That green color is chlorophyll, but it's a sign that the potato is producing a toxic compound called solanine. Solanine is a natural pesticide that the potato creates to protect itself from insects and diseases. If you eat enough of it, and it doesn't take much, you'll experience symptoms ranging from nausea and headaches to hallucinations and paralysis. So, the next time you see a potato that looks a little off, don't just cut the green part out and hope for the best. That green is a warning sign, a silent alarm bell ringing in a field of otherwise harmless spuds. It's a good reminder that even the most common things in our lives are just a few steps away from being a full-blown survival situation. Number 2. The poison in your pie. Imagine you're a pioneer, forging a new life in the unforgiving wilderness. You're low on food, and you stumble upon a patch of wild rhubarb. Score, you think, and you go to town, making a delicious tart pie with the leaves and stalks. Well, congratulations. You just baked your family a pie full of poison. This is the ultimate betrayal. Rhubarb stalks are delicious, a staple of pies and jams everywhere. The leaves, however, are packed with a ridiculously high concentration of oxalic acid, which, in high doses, can cause kidney damage, seizures, and even death. It's a perfect example of a plant that is 90% a gentle giant and 10% a homicidal maniac. The funny thing is, you'd probably never even think twice about it because we've been eating the stalks for so long. But the danger is still there, lurking in the shadows of its more famous, edible half. It's a terrifying lesson from history. A tiny mistake, a small bit of ignorance, can be the difference between a delicious meal and a medical emergency. You're basically playing Russian roulette with your baked goods. Number 6. The cyanide-filled fruit. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? It's one of the most basic, universally accepted truths about food. But what if the very core of that truth is also holding a tiny, delicious little secret that could potentially kill you? I'm talking about apple seeds. We all know you're not supposed to eat them, but have you ever wondered why? It's not just a folktale. Apple seeds contain a compound called amygdalin. When you chew or crush these seeds, your body's enzymes can break down the amygdalin and release cyanide. Yes, that cyanide, the poison you see in spy movies and historical thrillers. Now before you panic and throw out all your apples, you'd have to chew up and swallow a lot of seeds for it to be lethal. We're talking like a cupful. But the fact remains that a fruit we give to children as a healthy snack is literally packed with the building blocks of a deadly poison. It's the ultimate example of a perfectly normal thing that feels totally wrong. A wholesome, iconic fruit with a sinister little secret locked away inside its core. Number 7. The beautiful, choking menace. Picture this. A beautiful wisteria vine. with its cascading purple flowers climbing up the side of a cottage. It looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. It's absolutely gorgeous and completely, utterly terrifying. Every part of this plant, from the flowers to the leaves and especially the seed pods, is toxic. They contain a compound called wisterin and other lectins that, if ingested, can cause severe stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. In the old days, people knew this. They saw wisteria as a beautiful but dangerous thing, a plant you admire from a distance. But today, we've gotten a little too comfortable. We let it grow on our patios and pergolas, creating a beautiful canopy of danger right above our heads. It's a perfect example of how our sense of aesthetics can completely override our survival instincts. The beautiful flowers distract us from the fact that we've invited a literal poison vine to our backyard barbecue. Number 3. The beautiful Betrayal. You're driving through a suburban neighborhood on a summer day. What do you see? Hedges. Lots of hedges, and a surprising number of them are likely made of oleander. It's a beautiful plant with vibrant pink, white, or red flowers, and it thrives in warm climates. It's so common that most people don't even notice it anymore. But if you were living in ancient Rome or Greece, you'd recognize it immediately for what it is: a quiet, unassuming killer. Every single part of the oleander plant is toxic. The leaves, the flowers, the stems, the sap, everything. A tiny bit is all it takes to cause heart problems, severe nausea, and a trip to the emergency room. Back in the day, soldiers would use its branches as skewers to roast meat over a fire. The sap would seep into the food, and they'd be dead within hours. It's a plant that's basically a walking, flowering murder weapon, and we've decided to put it everywhere. We literally use it to landscape our highways and decorate our parks. It's the ultimate example of a Trojan horse, a seemingly harmless gift of nature that's actually just waiting for you to make one tiny, ignorant mistake. Number 4. The witch's thimble. If you've ever seen a cottage garden or a fairy tale illustration, you've probably seen Foxglove. It's that tall, beautiful plant with the bell-shaped flowers that look like tiny little thimbles. It's absolutely stunning and a key ingredient in modern medicine. Digitalis, a medication used to treat heart conditions, is derived from foxglove. So, what's the big deal? Well, this beautiful plant is what you call a classic double-edged sword. In the right microscopically measured dose, it can save your life. But a slightly larger dose, like say a few leaves ingested by a curious child or an unsuspecting pet, can stop your heart entirely. It's a perfectly normal plant that straddles the line between lifesaver and lethal poison, and the margin for error is non-existent. Historically, it was used by witches and folk healers, not just for medicine, but for its more permanent properties. So, the next time you see a patch of beautiful foxglove, remember the duality. It's not a gentle flower. It's a potent chemical factory that can either mend a broken heart or break it forever. Number 8. The killer in your chili. Think about a nice hearty bowl of chili. You've got your beans, your meat, your spices. It's comfort food at its finest. But did you know that one of its key ingredients is a silent killer if you cook it wrong? I'm talking about the kidney bean. Raw kidney beans contain a toxic compound called phytohemagglutinin, or PHA for short. It's a type of lectin that can cause a severe form of food poisoning, with symptoms like extreme nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Just a handful of raw or undercooked beans is enough to make you violently ill. In fact, a study by the FDA found that just a few raw beans could be a problem. This is a perfect example of how the plants we've domesticated still hold on to their wild, dangerous secrets. We've learned to cook them, which deactivates the toxin. But if you skip that crucial step, you're basically inviting an ancient poison to your dinner table. It's a reminder that even the most common, dependable foods we eat still have the potential to bite back if we don't treat them with a little respect. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.